Hello once again, my fellow Star Trek fans. I'd like to welcome you to another video. And yes, this is going to be on my favorite subject, Star Trek. So my fellow Star Trek fans, my fellow modelers, I've got quite a little treat for you guys today. Now when it comes to the Kronos 1, the 1/350 scale, I've been documenting the progress going all the way back to when they had released the initial molds. And seems like we've been waiting forever for it because I want to see it so bad. But my friends, without further ado, today I introduce to you the beautiful Kronos 1 in 1/350 scale. And this is from Polar Lights. I just got it in. So I am very excited to show you guys this. You can see the Chancellor's flagship right there. Chancellor Gorkon, and this is from Star Trek VI, the Undiscovered Country. And I've been really looking forward to getting this. And without further ado, my friends, why don't we take it over to the desk where we're going to go through everything in this model kit. Okay, so we're ready to have some fun. Finally open up this absolutely spectacular model kit. Incidentally, let me just show you guys really quick what was in the box. You can see new at the store. And for my fellow lovers of trucks, that International is something I'd love to have. Really pretty model. Let's see, we got other different model kits. We've got the cars. Moving down into the middle, you can see the model kits. Of course, I showed you guys the K7. And you can see the racing cars or the slot cars. And the die-cast. So in addition to that, we also have the wonderful catalog from Auto World. And you guys can actually download this. If you go to the website round2core.com, you can download the catalog. And it's wonderful. I mean, if it was up to me, I'd buy everything in it, or close to it. And finally, what I want to show you guys is I thought this was pretty cool. Now, my last shipment from Auto World, I had gotten the keychain, and I thought that was really cool. And with this one, we actually got a button or a pin made of metal and Auto World. So that's pretty cool. So that was free in the box along with the model. I'll put this with the keychain. Okay, without further ado, my friends, let's check out this fantastic kit. Again, you can see the Kronos 1, Chancellor Gorkon's flagship. I might need to widen the shot just a little bit. That's as wide as it'll go. Try to get the box in. You can see featuring the Golden Battle Honor adornments. And this is from the Undiscovered Country. This is in 1/350 scale. And I love how you can see the inner chiller grills of the warp drives or the propulsion units that are lit now. And I just love the paint scheme. This is going to be so much fun. And there's a lot to see on the side of the box. StarTrek.com, bring your model to life with the authentic upgrade sets from Polar Lights. And it also shows you what's available with the kit. We've got 56 individual photo-etched brass pieces, provides authentic detailing featured in the original filming miniature, precision details that can't be achieved with injected plastic. All wiring included, and this is actually for the lighting kit. I do have the lighting kit, but we'll get to that later. All wiring included, no solder required, a power supply and plug-and-play circuit board hidden inside the model, blinking beacons, colored clear plastic parts, and the photo etch parts. And it's got 38 LEDs. Looking at the end of the box, you can see a different view of the Kronos 1. Glue together model kit in 1/350 scale, and this is POL 997M-06. And it's the same on both ends of the box. So looking at the other side, you can see another picture of the finished model. Beautiful, and it includes that the dome base that we've come to love from round 2. And you can see we got the photo etch. It includes the full color marking decals along with some gold chrome service adornments in the select photo etch parts. So let's go ahead, and I want to open it up. And I don't know about you guys, but opening the plastic on a model kit is one of the things I just love so much, especially when it's a Star Trek model kit. I love that. And this is a big kit. The box is around the same. You guys that watch my channel, I've shown you the Klingon Katinga from Star Trek The Motion Picture in 1/350. And it's about, the box is pretty much the exact copy as that one. Alright, so let's open it up. Love it. And let me put this to the side so we can have this on display. Love it. Okay, there's just so much to get to, my friends. Where do I start? All right. Oh, I love it. All right, we're going to start with this one. And we're going to go over everything. I'm going to show you every single one of the pieces, and I'm going to show you the instructions, and we're going to go through the decals, and we're going to just have a ball. All right, this is the first one, and right off the bat you can see that beautiful end caps for the warp drive, or the nacelles. I don't know if the Klingons call that the nacelles, but we'll call it the propulsion units. But these are the end pieces, and look how beautiful that is. And I'm wondering if this is the bridge, the top of the section right along over there. And we have the vents that are going to go along what seem like her shoulders. And I love these. This is amazing. The detail that's going to go on the, again, the propulsion unit, or the nacelles. And I'm not sure what all these little pieces are. They don't have a lot of detail on them for me to really know one way or the other. But there are quite a few of them. Also, this is pretty detailed. I'm not sure where this is going to go. And looks like we have more vents over there. So that was the first tree. And you can see the scope, the size of this thing, because everything is really large. This is going to be just about 3 feet long. Again, I think it's the same mold as the Katinka class, but I'm not sure. We can look, this is, oh, look at that, guys. We've got all the clear parts, so we can light those beautiful, beautiful nacelles. I love it. And look at all the detail that's on the inside. And it looks like this might be for the torpedo launcher in the front or the back. There's a couple more of them. And look at this part that looks like a windshield. This is going to be for the lighting on the impulse decks. And look how beautiful this is. This is absolutely spectacular. I just love round 2. I'm so happy that they ended up getting a lot of the AMT kits, and the quality on this is just amazing. And I'm not quite sure what this section is going to be. Oh, wow. Okay, this is how big the model is. This is actually going to be for this section over the torpedo launcher. It's so big that I thought this was something else. But that's all one piece. And it looks like the impulse engines. And we got the vents that are going to go on the back and the top. Just amazing. And you can see all of the beacons. Beautiful. You can just remember her bringing in Chancellor Gorkon. And look at this, guys. Oh, it's one piece. I love it. Look at the size of her. All right, let's open this up. Oh, look at that. Oh my God, I love it. She's going to be absolutely huge. Look at the detail. All the plating. And this is going to be very fun to paint. I love the color scheme. Now again, when you see it on film, you don't really see a lot of the color because it's being washed by these intense, huge spotlights. So it really washes out a lot of the detail. That's why some people may be looking at this saying, well, it doesn't look like that on screen. Well, it may not because of the intense lights that were put on the filming model. And I think this might be the compartment where the batteries are going to go for the lighting kit. We'll see. And you can see the back part. I mean, the whole scope of this, I have the lens drawn back on the widest angle possible to get it into the shot. And this is just huge. Amazing. And this is probably 1/16 of an inch plastic. So it is going to be rigid and sturdy. That's why I love plastic. For the first time I had shown you guys, we had done a build on the USS Titan, and that was resin. And despite all the precautions, I even put the supports in the nacelles. It's all drooping, and to me, I'll never buy another resin kit again. I just did not like it. But this is plastic, and this is going to hold up well. And let's see if there's anything stamped on the inside. Nope. But that is the top section. Absolutely gorgeous. And now we got the bottom section. Oh, we got the Cobra head section with the bridge. Oh, this is awesome. Look at that. And again, this is one piece. Love it. Look at all the detail in there. All of the detail is going to paint up absolutely gorgeous. You see all the windows and the scope of the size of this. Now don't forget, this is, by the time we get to Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country, this ship may be the same basic design as the Katinga class, but this ship is a lot larger. Again, this is the flagship of the Klingon Empire, so this is a really huge ship. And we can see more of the detail. I'm wondering if it's going to be easier to paint without masking everything off, because it's really nice how everything is raised, and it could be easy. But we'll decide that when we get to it. And again, look at the Cobra head, the section of the ship. I think this might be the underneath part. Love it. Absolutely gorgeous. All right. And below that, we have the dome base with the support rod. And this is just a wonderful addition, and I like that they have the tube is hollow in case we need to run wires or we want to put the lighting kit in the bottom. But we'll see. Let's see, what's next? We got another huge tree. Be careful, it's so big. All right. We have a lot of the exterior parts of the ship, and the detail is amazing. Look at that. Look at all the detail. I love it. Now they do sell, in addition to the lighting kit, they do sell a photo etch set for this kit for extra detail, but to be honest with you guys, I just couldn't afford it. It was pretty expensive, and I figured that they have the decals could help with the metal parts, so I wasn't able to buy that. I just couldn't afford it. But look at the bottom, the section that's going to go underneath the bulb section, where I don't know if that would be the primary hull, but just underneath the bridge section, you see both sides, and it looks like you can see where I don't know if those are going to be windows or little places to put other parts that are going to go on. And you can see the other ends of the nacelle caps. And looks like this section would be this part right over here. And I think this is where the bridge area might be. And in front of the officers' quarters. And let's see, what is this? This could be the back of the impulse deck. Going down, you can see I'm not sure what the dish is. That's pretty cool. And let's see, what could this be? This could be for beneath the ship, in the middle. I'm not sure. And you can see where we have, it opens up and we have all the windows. And in typical round 2 fashion, the parts are crisp and clean. There's really no flash. And a lot of detailed parts. Look at that. Just beautiful. And you can see the front section. I believe this is going to be this section, and it looks like there's at least 2 decks on here. You can see the windows, and again, they're nice and clean, beautifully molded. Wonderful. All right, and we got yet another one. Ooh, I love this one. This tree has the neck as well as the bottom of the Cobra head section. And look at the scope. So it's interesting because all of the, like the AMT, I think of doing the Klingon ships, it was always the halves. You put the halves together and put the top on. Well, with this kit, it's the top and the bottom that's going to come together. And again, look at the scale. Look at my hand, and look at the size of what the front section of the ship is going to be. Beautiful. And like I said, I love the detail. All the sections. I've shown you guys books in the past about the Enterprise and the parts and the functions, and I'm gonna have to look. I don't know if they have that for Klingon ships, but I would love to see if I can find a book on the workings of the Klingon ships, and I'm gonna get that and I'll show you guys that, and we can go along with this build. That would be really fun. And this would be the top part of the next section. Beautiful. And of course, I'm gonna get as many pictures of the filming model as possible, and we'll use that along with the coloring painting guide, because they did a pretty good job on the painting guide. You can see the top of the head section. And over here, we got the impulse decks, and you can see that glass piece is going to go right in over there. And here are the vents. These are going to go right behind on the walls at the aft end of that section. And you can see we got the photon torpedo launcher tube. And we got that part of the section that's going to go in front, maybe of the officers' quarters. And we got another deck plate. This is just amazing. I'm sorry guys if I keep gushing over this model. It's just that it's just amazing. The quality is fantastic, and this is going to be so fun to build. I can finally have my 1350 Klingon ship to go on the side of my 1350A from Polar Lights. And this is the last parts tree, and it looks like we have the nacelle pieces, or the halves. And again, I am just ecstatic. Look at that, how it's going to be able to be lit, and it's got that beautiful green, even in the front. It's got the green showing. So we got the inside and the outsides of the nacelles. I'm going to call them the nacelles because I don't know the official Klingon name for it. But you can see the outer parts are going to have lights as well. And I believe it's going to be the same green. And you can see the sections that are going to go in the back to kind of close the hull in. Love it. Beautiful. And look at the back. I think that's where the aft torpedo launcher would be. And you can see the impulse engines, and they're going to be lit as well. Love it. Okay. Those are all the trees. Now, let me take everything out of the box. When it comes to the box itself, interestingly, I want to show you guys the flaps are folded down. And when you unfold them, you can see the painting guide. And this is just spectacular. Look at that. So let's see. The colors that we're going to need the light gray. We're going to need the medium gray. And then we're going to need the dark gray. And then we're going to need the off-white, the rose red, the tan, and the brown. And look at some of that detail. I don't know if that's the additional photo etch set that you can purchase. You can see again the photo etch on the bottom and the colors. It's beautiful. Let's see what the other. This has would be the starboard side of the ship. And then you can see the lighting of the nacelle. And let's check out the other side, and that would be the port side. Again, with the inner part of the nacelle being lit. And let's see, now we've got the front section of the ship. Just want to make sure you guys can see the whole thing. Again, look at all the detail in this thing. That's why when you look at the film, it almost just looks tan, or like a very, very light beige. And with the filming model, just like from the Katinga class in the motion picture, you see all these different colors when you actually look at the filming model. And the lights from the wash really, really wash away a lot of the detail. Look at the detailing section around the bridge. Special note, additional fine decals are supplied to be placed throughout the model. So this would be really nice if because I know that Jamie Hood was saying that some of the decals would be acting a lot like the photo etch. The model is shown without weathering to clearly show the color placement. Various techniques can be used to weather your model and give the grimy used appearance, and I want to do that. Wash. What is a wash? Well, thin down paint to allow it to settle around the details and the crevices, and then wipe the excess paint away. Dry brush. The technique, use a stiff dry brush to dab a small amount of paint. Wipe off as much paint as possible from the brush, then lightly brush the details of the model to apply a light amount of paint on the raised edges. And the modeling chalks, used tempera paint powder or specialized modeling chalk dust available from your hobby retailer place. This can be applied with a soft brush, then wiped off raised surfaces, and the final clear coat may be required. Again, look at I just noticed the Klingon symbols on either side, and looking at the ship head on, you can see the detail. Just amazing. Okay, so that was the painting guide, and when we look at the back of the box, again, this is 142 pieces. It's going to be 24 inches long. I thought it would have been a lot longer than that. Or 61 centimeters. And you can see some of the pictures of the Kronos 1. The Kronos 1 battle cruiser is an intimidating flagship of the Klingon High Council. Its golden epaulets and gleaming trimmings herald its glorious victories in battle in service of the Klingon Empire. The Kronos 1 played a pivotal role in Chancellor Gorkon's mission to seek out armistice with the United Federation of Planets, though treachery was afoot. The cunning ship's commander, General Chang, was able to subdue the USS Enterprise Captain James T. Kirk in a series of events that would advance the treaty and maintain the future of Kronos, the Klingon homeworld, and the ship was named after. And again, you can see some of the just amazing details. It includes clear parts for lighting. Select photo etch parts for fine details. Again, look at that. Gold Battle Honor decal sheet. Authentic details. And we see that beautiful, beautiful picture. Okay, so that being said, let's check out some of the instructions, and let's see, what is this? I think this could be photo etch. Yep, look at that. I love that. Now this might be what I was showing you guys. Let's see, I just saw it. Where was it? Here it is. Could be the section right over here. Beautiful. Look at this section. All right, that looks like to be the only photo etch pieces that we get. And again, they do offer a photo etch set for this kit, but like I said, I just couldn't afford it. Okay, this looks like we're going to be moving on to the decals. So what is this? Look at that. Interesting. Look, they actually have, I don't know if that's going to be for around the whole section. You can see some of the vents and a lot of white parts, like windows. There could be windows. And you can see some more of the strip of the windows and the Klingon symbols. And of course, this is going to go around the front where the torpedo launcher is. It shows the number, the POL 997M-06, and this is a 2023 release. Love it. Love the detail. Okay, and this is really fun. Look at this, guys. These decals actually are made to resemble a photo etch. That's another reason why I didn't really think it was necessary to purchase the aftermarket photo etch set, because the way this is going to come out, you can see the raised areas, and this is just beautiful. And the way when this goes on, I'm thinking that if it's going to look like the box, this is going to be perfect. So this will be the will be great in place of the photo etch. I mean, like I said, if I could afford it, I would get the photo etch, but as it stands right now, I'm not going to get the photo etch set. I got the kit as well as the lighting kit, but again, POL 997M-06. Beautiful. And you can feel the raised sections, the gold. Love it. Okay, I think that's it for the decals, and lastly, we get to the instruction sheet. And as you can imagine, there's going to be quite a bit of instructions. Alright, first off, look at that. Klingon, Kronos 1, glue together model kit. If lighting, you can see that's what we're going to do. Look for this symbol if the Klingon Kronos 1 lighting set by Polar Lights will be installed. Set not included. Get it from your local hobby retailer, and I got mine from Auto World. Wires must be placed with sub-assemblies as you build your model. Lights cannot be installed after the model has been completed. Refer to the wiring diagram included with the light set as you work. Mask clear parts appropriately when painting. Again, you can see that beautiful ship from Star Trek VI, the Undiscovered Country. And the bottom is basically the general assembly instructions. Highly detailed kit features precision tool parts for ease of assembly. Care and patience must be exercised to achieve optimal results. And see the sub-assemblies. The kit is intended to be built in the sub-assemblies. That's what we do anyway when we make it. And decals and paint. The kit includes water slide decals. These decals are compatible with setting solution, which can be applied to conform around the surface details, and I like the micro set and the micro sol. And on the bottom you can see the little trimmers cutting off the parts from the tree. Alright, let's going on to part 1. So bear with me, it's a big page. Okay, so look, we're going to start with the bulb section. You can see the Cobra head, so we're going to take the roof and we're going to put the sections together, and you can see the rings that are going to go on. Follow the arrows as a guide to each sub-assembly. And step 2. Wow, it's quite a bit to step 2. You can see how we're actually going to put the officers' quarters, the bridge section, all together. And eventually it's going to go on top of the roof. And you can see all the pieces that are going to come together. Install the light wire K in this assembly. Substitute the clear red part for part number 212. If installing photo etch, refer to the light set instruction sheet before completing this assembly. Do not paint. You can see the areas that we're not going to paint because they're going to be lit. Detail view. Plan ahead If installing the Klingon Kronos 1 lighting kit by Polar Lights, install the wires in the sub-assemblies as you build your model. The lights cannot be installed after the sub-assemblies have been glued and completed, and you mask off the clear parts appropriately for painting. And moving on to step 3, you can see some of the detail now is going to go on to the next section, and the formation of the photon torpedo tube, and there's going to be a light in there. And if the kit doesn't have a light, we're going to put one because we got to have that lit. Install light wires F and L in this assembly. Connect wire F to connect to wire K. Substitute the clear red part for part 109. Delete the details on part 89 as indicated by the arrows. So again, we're going to be using the lighting kit, so it'll be a little bit different. I like how they remind you in this guide for the instructions. And moving on to step 4, you can see we're going to put together this amazing propulsion unit, the warp drive. That's what all those little pieces were for on the tree. They're going to go into the sections. Install light wire B and M in these assemblies. And that's going to be the green. And I'm saying the lights are going to be green only because the parts are all clear. And this is going to be green, so the lights will probably be green LEDs. Okay, where's step 5? Let's move over to step number 5. And you can see this is the formation of the impulse deck. A lot of detail. It's come a long way since the 1967 version that I made with you guys from AMT. Of course, that was a different class. That was the D7, the battle cruiser, but again, the size differential is going to be a lot. Matter of fact, in my introduction, guys, that's the model of the lit Klingon battle cruiser. See special note on a light set instructions before beginning this assembly. Install light wire C and H in this assembly. Connect wire H to wire C. Substitute the clear red part for part number 103. And moving on to number 6, step 6, you can see it looks like the impulse engines. Install light wire J in this assembly. Substitute the clear red part for the parts 107, 108, and 113. And I'm thinking that these LEDs are going to be red. Alright, where's step 7? You can see we actually formed the hull. Fill these slots on both sides. Join the hull parts by carefully inserting the pins at the front center of the assembly. Then work around one side at a time until all the pins are properly seated. Fill all holes indicated in black on part 1 and remove the surface details indicated by the arrows. So I'm wondering if that was something for the Katinga that needed to be taken off. And moving down to the bottom part, do not glue part number 81 if the dome base is being used. And we are going to use the dome base. You can see where this is going to be displayed on a stand. That would be if you're going to hang it from the ceiling. Additional parts have been included in this kit that can be used for customization. Nice. And that was step number 7. So let's see, where's step number 8? Okay, all the way over here. Okay, allow wires to pass through the openings in assembly number 8. Guide wire B through the aft opening, the interior compartment. You can see the back sections coming together, and we're putting on the impulse engines. And step 9, you can see, is a lot. Looks like the final assembly. We're putting on the next section. We're putting the nacelles on. We're putting on the impulse deck. All the little pieces, and it looks like the photo etch pieces that are going to go on. And we're going to do that after it's painted the way it looks on the box. So they're kind of like gold sections. Leave assembly number 6 off until the final assembly to allow access for the wires. So where is that? Assembly number 6. I ain't just seen it. Anyway, moving on to step number 10. And this is the photo etch section. Bend parts number 1 and number 6 gently around a pencil or other cylindrical tool until they form the necessary diameter to fit into the plastic parts. Special note about photo etch. Photo etch has been included in supply details injected plastic cannot deliver. It can be challenging for the inexperienced model. Handle with care. Use a sharp tip that can puncture the skin. It's also susceptible to accidental denting and bending. So keep the sheet as flat as possible until used, and install photo etch parts as the final step. Use a hobby knife or specialized cutters to trim parts away from the sheet. Install parts with epoxy or slow setting superglue. Use a toothpick, sewing needle, or specialized glue adapter to apply the glue. Only crucial photo etch parts have been included in this kit. A comprehensive set of photo etch parts is available separately. Check with your hobby retailer. And you can see the little diagrams. I'm putting it on. Looks like the bridge section, the base of the neck, and the top and on the bottom. And that's it. Those are the instructions. So we got the instructions, the decals, the special decals, and the photo etch that comes with the kit. So my friends, this amazing kit is going to be absolutely fun to build. We're doing so many projects right now. I'm doing the 1537 Enterprise build for the 3,000 subscriber special. Matter of fact, I just finished the nacelle. I'll show you guys the nacelle. It's we finished for that build. So we're doing that, and we got a bunch of other projects that are going on right now. So this build, it'll be a little while before we actually start this build, but I just wanted to show you guys everything that's in the kit. And when we start the build, I'm just going to start. We're not going to go through what was included in the kit, because that's what this video is for, the complete unboxing. And I do have the lighting kit, guys, but I've rambled and yacked on enough. That's going to be for another video. So my next video on this build, we're going to do a complete unboxing on the lighting kit. But for now, this was the Kronos 1, Chancellor Gorkon's flagship from Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country. And I'm actually to finally show you guys this amazing model. So my friends, until my next video, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the kind words, and I'll talk to you soon.